Department of Collegiate and Technical Education, Module 3 of Database Management System, 18 CS 53, SQL Structured Query Language, Advanced Queries. In this session, we will discuss about more complex SQL retrieval queries. In this, we will discuss about comparisons involving null and three-valued logic, nested queries, tuples, and set and multi-set comparisons, correlated nested queries, the exist and unique functions in SQL, explicit sets and renaming in SQL, and then multiple choice questions, then answers for multiple choice questions, references. Okay, because of the generality and expressive power of the language, there are many additional features that allow users to specify more complex retrievals from the database. Okay, in Module 3, we will discuss about complex SQL retrieval queries. In the previous module, we will discuss about the basics of SQL structured query language, select, from, where. These are all the basics of structured query language. Okay, first we will discuss about comparisons involving null and three-valued logic. You know the word null. SQL has various rules for dealing with null values. Null is used to represent a missing value, but that it usually has one of three different interpretations. Value unknown means value exists but is not known. Value not available. Value exists but is purposely withheld. Or value not applicable means the attribute does not apply to this tuple or is undefined for this tuple. There are three different interpretations of the word null: value unknown, value not available, and value not applicable. Okay, example of unknown value means value not known, unknown. A person's date of birth is not known. So it is represented by null in the database. Unavailable or withheld value. This also one of the representation of the null value. A person has a home phone but does not want it to be listed. So it is withheld and represented as null in the database. Not applicable attribute. An attribute last college degree would be null for a person who has no college degrees because it does not apply to that person. SQL uses a three-valid logic with values true, false, and unknown instead of the standard two-value Boolean logic with values true or false. It is therefore necessary to define the results of three valid logical expressions when the logical connect is and, or, and, not are used. And, or, not are the three connectives of the logical expressions. Logical connectives in three-valued logic are and there are three values in SQL structured query language: true, false, and unknown. True and true. Result true. True and false becomes false. True and unknown, unknown. False and true becomes false. False and false, false. False and unknown, false. Unknown and true, unknown. Unknown and false, false. Unknown and unknown, unknown. This is the logical connectives of the and in three valid logic. And the next one is logical connectives of the R in three valid logic. True or true. True, true or false. True, true or unknown. True, false or true. True, false or false. False, false or unknown. Unknown. Unknown or true. True, unknown or false. Unknown, unknown or unknown. Unknown. Next, logical connectives of the not in three valid logic. You know the three values: true, false, and unknown. in not true becomes false, false becomes true, unknown becomes unknown. Okay, how to use the word null in queries? For example, retrieve the names of all employees. Retrieve the names of all employees who do not have supervisors. Select first name and last name from employee table. Select first name, last name from employee table where super underscore social security number is null. Here we using the word null. Okay, we need to assess the employees first name and last name where super underscore SSN is null. Next, nested queries, tuples and set and multiset comparisons. You know the word nested. What do you mean by nested? Nested means one query is within another query. It's called nested queries. Writing one query within another query is called a nested queries. Select distinct P number. P number means project number. Here we selecting the project number from table project where project number in. Okay, this is the one query. You writing another query within this query. Select P number means project number where project comma department comma employee. Okay, selecting project number from table project department employee where dnum means door number equal d number door number and mgr underscore ssn manager security social number equal social security number and name equal to Smith. Or you can also writing nested queries in the form of P number in means project number in this query. Select project number from works underscore on comma employee where employee social security number equal social security number and name is equal to Smith. We can write nested queries either this way or this way. SQL allows the use of tuples of values in comparisons by placing them within parentheses. SQL allows the use of tuples of values in comparisons by placing them within parentheses. Okay, how can we show this? To illustrate this, consider the following query. Select distinct employee social security number from works score on table where project number, hours in select project number, hours from works underscore on where employee social security number equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next, correlated nested queries. Whenever a condition in the where class of a nested query references some attribute of a relation declared in the outer query, the two queries are said to be correlated. What do you mean by correlated? Whenever a condition in the where clause of a nested query references some attribute of a relation declared in the outer query, the two queries are said to be correlated. For example, select e.fname employee dot name comma employee dot elname is a table name from e is a table name dot fname is a column name, means its column means attributes from employee as e, here table employee as e, dependent as d, where e dot ssn equal d dot ssn. Okay, here we defined the condition and e dot sex is equal to d dot sex and e dot name is equal to d dot dependent underscore name. The next one is the exist and unique functions in SQL. Exist and unique are Boolean functions that return true or false. Okay, you know the word Boolean. The Boolean functions return either true or false. Yes, they can be used in a where class condition. Select e.fname, e.lname from employee as E, where exit select star from dependent as D, where E dot SSN is equal to D dot SSN and E dot sex is equal to D dot sex and E dot fname is equal to D dot dependent underscore name. Exit and non-exit are usually used in conjunction with a correlated nested queries. For each employee tuple, evaluate the nested query, which retrieves all dependent tuples with the same social security number, sex, and name as the employee. If at least one tuple exists in the result of the nested query, then select the employee tuple. In general, exist of Q return true if there is at least one tuple in the result of the nested query Q and it returns false. Otherwise, okay, query exist of Q returns true if there is at least one tuple in the result of the nested query Q and it returns false. Otherwise, not exist of query returns true if there are no tuple in the result of nested query Q and it returns false otherwise. Next, explicit sets and renaming in structured query language. It is also possible to use an explicit set of values in the where class rather than a nested query. Such a set is enclosed in parentheses in structured query language. For example, retrieve the social security numbers of all employees who work on project numbers 1, 2, or 3. Here, we retrieving the social security of all employees who work on project numbers 1, 2, or 3. Okay, select distinct employee social set number. Here we selecting the employee social security number from works on table where project number in 1, 2, 3. Here we selecting the means retrieving the social security of employee social security numbers of all employees who work on project 1, comma 2, comma 3. Until now, we have discussed about more complex SQL retrieval queries. In this, we'll discuss about comparison involving null and three valid logic. You know the word null. The null value can be interpreted in three different ways. Value unknown, value not available, and value not applicable. And three valid logic expressions are and are not. Here there are three values: true, false, and unknown. And we will also discuss about nested queries, tuples, sets, and multi-set comparisons. We writing one query within another query is called nested queries. In this case, we are using the word in. Tuples means rows or records. Next, correlated nested queries. Whenever a condition in the where class of a nested query references some attribute of a relation declared in the outer query, the two queries are said to be correlated. Next, we will discuss about the exist and unique functions in SQL. Then we will discuss about the explicit sets and renaming of attributes in SQL. Okay, null is used to represent a missing value, but that it usually has one of three different interpretations. What are the three different interpretations? Value unknown, value not applicable, not available, value not applicable, none of the above, all of the above. Means all of the above, A, B, C. Value unknown, value not available, and value not applicable. Answer is all of the above. Thank you.